At one time or another, everyone who loves cars has come up with his or her own design for the perfect car. A few have even written to us asking about how to get their car into production. Well, it's not that easy. New cars must go through a seemingly endless process of certification and inspection before they are allowed on the road. More than one would-be Henry Ford has gotten lost in this regulatory jungle. But there are always a few hardy souls who refuse to quit. And we recently met two of them and saw their idea for the perfect car.
Okay, we started this vehicle project in 1971 and have been through approximately 3 prototypes or mules before we got to this point where we had a pre-production prototype vehicle. And we have had to go through 3 or 4 or 5 government agencies getting our approvals along the way so they understood what we were doing.
A weaker soul might be discouraged by working for 19 years and tackling half of the bureaucrats in the United States just to get a prototype on the road. But Bill Gillespie and Larry Barker are convinced that they really have designed a better car. That car is called the SPI-TRI, a prototype lightweight commuter vehicle that's ready for a mileage-conscious 1990s. Unlike most current cars, the SPI-TRI has only 3 wheels, making it technically a motorcycle in the eyes of many government agencies. The 3-wheel design was chosen because the single forward stress point makes for a more rigid chassis that has less rolling resistance and a simpler structure. This allows the SPI-TRI to be built around a fiberglass monocoque tub. Critical areas are reinforced with exotic materials like Kevlar and carbon fiber, and the upper and lower body halves are then bonded together. Pretty advanced stuff, and easy if you have the resources of General Motors. But all 3 SPI-TRI prototypes were built in Bill's garage. It's enough to make the average handyman hang up his hand tools. The SPI-TRI has plenty of other unique features besides 3 wheels, such as a steering wheel that tilts sideways for easy entry, an air conditioning system that ducts air through the seat cushions, and foam bumpers that not only meet federal 5-mile-per-hour crash requirements, but would cost only $35 to replace. The suspension is also unusual, a de Dion semi-independent design similar to those used in Aston Martins. It gives the SPI-TRI a surprisingly high level of cornering stability, though our test drivers were understandably nervous about pushing a car with only 1 front wheel through our standard slalom test. A short drive on the open road showed the SPI-TRI to have more than adequate road-holding capabilities for daily commuter driving. Commuting power is provided by a 4-cylinder Daihatsu engine. It makes 50 horsepower and pushes the SPI-TRI from 0 to 60 in 16.9 seconds. A sports car, it's not. Its strength lies in its gas mileage, a claimed 60 miles per gallon. But 3-wheeled vehicles have never been popular in the U.S., no matter how good their gas mileage.
We are currently negotiating with some people in the Orient to produce this vehicle for that market in that area. And then we would feel like we would go to the European market where 3-wheelers are more common vehicles than they are here in the United States.
If the SPI-TRI does reach production, it will be because its creators have learned the most important lesson of car building.
People don't realize that you can build a vehicle, I mean by putting an engine and a transmission in a chassis and driving it off down the road, but when you're at that point, you're only 1/3 of the way done, because the rest of it is all the final details to get it finished out like the car you see today. And this takes a long time.